All right, so did you see what was going on with DJ Akademiks and Jess Hilarious?
I did not at all. I don't try to get DJ Academic type news on my timelines and on my timeline unless it has to do with his demise.
So him and Jess Hilarious have had a beef for like a long time now. Mm-hmm. It's been going on because he even said again, like, he is so mean to her. He's like, "Oh, I thought you was a transgender before. I didn't even know until recently you was a real woman." Like, so they've had the longest of beef, but he's now kind of taking shots at her job. So he was talking about, let me see if I can find this tweet. I thought I saved it. He was talking about the relationship basically between her and Lauren LaRosa, and that is the girl who has been the kind of the fourth addition to the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm. The girl from TMZ, always replacing her.
Yeah, the one who can read better than her. And basically, he's just been calling out for just being way more prepared, better, auditor in regards to what she's speaking, actually caring about the news. Because like just recently, they had the Drake album, and she was like, "Well, I didn't listen to it. It's my birthday." And it's like, yeah, I understand it's your birthday, but you still got a job that you got to get done.
If you're a Breakfast Club host, the fucking music that drops is probably a little bit more of a priority than you enjoying your birthday.
But also, like, you haven't put in the hard work to be able to be like, "Oh,
no."
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the main thing. Because like somebody like a Charlemagne could do that. Charlemagne could say that, and we'd be
even
cool
when
with
Charlemagne don't show up for certain interviews, niggas be in the comments like, "Where? Like, are you stupid? Like, why are you not here?"
This is what he said. He said, Jess Hilarious got reduced from comedian to a read from the sheet gossip girl. At least the other one knows legal shit and actually got sources. Jess is a DEI hire at this point, only there to pander to the black, loud, ignorant woman. Sometimes you got to check a box.
DJ Academic is a babbling fucking buffoon. Like, she did not, going from being a stand-up comedian to being on a nationally syndicated radio show is not a step down. It's not a demotion. We talked a whole lot of shit about Jess Hilarious. But then when DJ Academic is talking about how she loudmouth black women, like, you affirm
you felt that?
Little dick incels. Like, y'all, if we're talking about which type of people, which platform affirms, then you have your own pieces of shit that you affirm too, Mickey.
Oh, that nigga Mickey.
Like, this nigga irritates me.
But I think, to be fair though, in regards to, I know she's not a DEI hire, but he does have a point where when it comes to just being a professional at the craft itself, you already have Charlemagne who's going to be cutting up. You have DJ Envy who, can bring a
lackluster.
Little bit. I mean, he's trash.
Just sitting there.
You can go with
He's just there now. Why is DJ Envy there?
Somebody got to do the introductions.
Like, somebody got to put the music on, I guess.
Somebody got to be like, "We here with," somebody got to say, somebody has to say that. Charlemagne can't do that.
The buttons have to be pressed.
But I feel like she doesn't bring enough in regards to just information. Like I said, she's funny, but we already got that with Charlemagne. So now we just got two people trying to have a funny off.
I think they could have hired Jess for a little segment, Jess with the Mess segment. And from what I've seen, like, I do enjoy the other woman from TMZ a little bit more. She gives journalist. Yeah.
You know what's funny? So there has been a lot of conversation that's been happening about that. We were the first one to kind of wake that up a little bit. We talked about that way before all the other podcasters were trying to, push them against each other. We have thrown that in one of our conversations.
What, about Jess?
Yeah, about Jess and Lauren LaRosa, who we thought was better. Because remember, I said I thought Jess was better. I had like Jess a lot better. But I just like Jess' energy, and I think Jess is cool.
Jess is hilarious. She is very funny.
Yeah, I like her energy. I just think in the position that they put her in, that required somebody with a more professional background and somebody who was a personality from either like a journalist or someone who had to read teleprompters and stuff. And then was becoming a personality, not a personality to now you want them to do reading segments and stuff like that. That's always a hard transition.
I think she's extremely talented, and I think she has the type of personality that like grasps her audience. We've seen her like try to find her footing in her career with the show that she did with Rel, and I thought she did a good job acting on that show. And I actually think Rel is a horrible actor. But that's a completely different like topic. She did an amazing job on that show. She does great on her social media. She didn't do that well on Wildin' Out when she was on Wildin' Out. She's just like trying to find where her personality and where her type of comedy works the best. I think she needs to be a host somewhere.
And we just got to give a lot of just grace to our black entertainers because a lot of them just not good at reading off the teleprompter. I was watching FS1 and they had
an elitist.
I was watching FS1 and they had Lil Wayne up there reading the teleprompter, and I thought that man was about to fall out of his seat. How he trying to get close to that shit? Like I'm like, my nigga, the word don't change because you got closer to it. Like the shit, the word is still the same. The word is the word, no matter how far you looking back from it. Like my boy Wayne was struggling up there. And I felt bad. Like Nick Wright, you were bad.
You better than niggas because you can read?
No, I just think niggas is wrong for putting niggas who struggle at that in that kind of position. I think that's messed up.
But why can't you read?
That is a tough. Reading from a teleprompter is tough. Don't do that. Come on, we both had to do that.
It
before.
is tough.
So don't. That's what I'm saying. That's a tough thing to do. That's not something that just
have anybody. A great public reader.
I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying when you have to read off a teleprompter, that takes practice. So if you're not used to that, or even reading off a card,
does Wayne not at this point he's been famous enough to
not? But he's not reading off a teleprompter. They doing drugs every day.
He is doing lots of drugs and he barely remembers his own lyrics and his locks are barely connecting to his own scalp. So we'll give him grace.
Thank you.